challengers, my name is Kacie, this is Renee, and we're going to bring you your lower body workout. We're going to go ahead and start with a warm-up. So we're going to do hip opens. We're going to do it together. And what you're doing is just bringing your leg up like you're pulling it over a chair, okay? If you have trouble with balance, you can use a chair to keep yourself steady. Otherwise, we're gonna go ahead and do this. And this is just gonna open up your hip area. We're gonna do a lot of workouts that involve moving your legs. It is a lower body workout, so we wanna make sure that everything is warmed up in that area. So we're gonna keep doing this for a minute here. And yeah, remember to breathe. It's very easy to forget to breathe. And if you can do this workout outside, that would be fantastic. It's really great to get that sunlight, the fresh air, the exercise, the water, all in the same activity. So we have about 10 seconds here. And we're gonna go into leg swings. I'll show you what that is in just a second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're gonna do leg swings. What you're gonna do is just gonna kick your leg out a little bit and you're gonna bring it back. So like you're squeezing your glute when you bring the leg back. I'll show you what I look like from the side. You're just bringing it back like a pendulum swing. We're gonna do one leg for 15 seconds. Like I said, if you have trouble with balance, feel free to use a chair. And 30 seconds is what I meant. We're gonna switch legs now. And we're gonna go back and forth. Feel free to use a chair. And remember to squeeze that glute when you go back to activate that area. The whole back side of your body. Your glutes, your hamstrings back here. All right, 2, 1. Now we're gonna go ahead and do toy soldiers. It's like toe touches. You're just gonna touch the shin. You're gonna keep your back pinched, kind of like you're trying to hold a pencil between your scapula. And we're just gonna keep doing this to wake up those hamstrings again. If you watched our assessment video, then you'll see this video, or the one with Rustin Sweeney. He shows us a really good illustration of how to do this movement correctly. So you can go back and check that out, or ask your coach to share it with you. And if you notice here, I'm kind of already starting to breathe a little hard. My heart rate is getting up. What about you, Renee?
Yep, it's getting up there.
Yeah, and so this is really gonna help to get that blood circulating into our muscles so that we don't injure ourselves. So we have 3 seconds here, 2, 1, and we're gonna do slow butt kicks like this. You're just rocking back and forth. This will work out your quads, or warm up your quads, I should say. And you can add an arm movement here if you want, just to make it a little interesting. We're going to keep this going for a minute. You can try to coordinate breathing, talking, and moving your arms at the same time. All right. Now this lower body workout is going to be super important just for strength and posture. We spend a lot of time sitting throughout the day. And so doing this workout will really get those legs and muscles moving like they should. Especially your glutes, your hamstrings. Those are super important. All right, we got 5 seconds here. 3, 2, 1. And we're gonna go into a boxer shuffle. Super easy, back and forth. And this is gonna be the movement that you will do in between your rests when we get to the actual workout. This will keep your heart rate up a little bit, but also gives you a chance to catch your breath between each workout. So get used to this movement because it will become your friend. Yeah, just get nice and loose. We got 30 seconds here, and then we're gonna go into our hip drive. I will show you what that looks like in about 20 seconds here. So back and forth. If you notice we're on grass, this is great if you're doing impact movements like jumping. because it'll absorb the shock and it won't put as much stress on your joints. All right, 5 seconds here. We're gonna go ahead and start and go into hip drive. So you're gonna kneel down. And all you're gonna do is bring yourself up from a kneeling position. And you're not using your back. You're not throwing yourself forward. You're using your glutes and your hamstrings and your quads to slowly control movement to bring yourself up here. We have 5 seconds, and then we're gonna go into those boxer shuffles again. All right, boxer shuffle. And as we go along, if it gets too hard for you to do this, just step side to side. So Renee will show the easier way to do it, and I'll show the normal way to do it. All right, we got 10 seconds here, and we're gonna go into a reverse lunge. And I'll show you what that looks like right about now. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna step back, we're gonna do it together, into a lunge. You're gonna keep your knees over your toes. I'll show you what it looks like from the side. You don't wanna lean too far forward because that'll put a lot of stress on your knees. A reverse lunge is great for if you have knee problems because it won't put as much stress on your knees as a forward lunge. All right, we got 4 seconds here. 2, 1. Let's get back into that boxer shuffle or stepping side to side like Renee. Next up, we're gonna be doing a squat to a calf raise. And I'll show you different ways to do this to make it easier, a little harder. This is a beginner level though, so we wanna make sure that you get the movement first before progressing. So you have 5 seconds. We're gonna do squat to calf raise. So you're gonna do a squat, shoulders, your feet shoulder width apart, and you're gonna go into a calf raise, making sure that your knees don't cave in, keep them out. So the easy way to do this is just doing a simple squat. A little harder, add the calf raise, meaning going onto your tippy toes. To go even harder, you can go a little faster. We only have 2 seconds here, so we're gonna go ahead and take that break. Boxer shuffle or side to side step. Next up, we're gonna be doing a deadlift. Now we'll show you what this looks like too. And it'll be pretty easy. This is an easier form of a deadlift, a very beginner level, so you should be able to do it. It's actually kind of fun. So we're gonna go ahead and show you real quick. We have 5 seconds. You're gonna bend your knees a little bit and keep your back straight. And you're gonna hinge forward at the hips, trying to touch your toes, but not really. And you're gonna come back up. Keeping your scapula pinched, hinging at the hips. What I don't want you to do is rounding your shoulders. Renee's doing it the right way. When you do this, you should feel a stretch in your hamstrings, and then you're using your glutes and hams to bring you back up. There you go. 3 seconds here. Now let's go back into that boxer shuffle or side to side step. Next up, we're gonna do a low squat in and out. I'm gonna show you what that looks like. I'll show you now actually, while we're still in the break. You're gonna be doing a squat like this, and you're gonna be bringing your foot in and out. You're gonna hold it there. We're gonna do 30 seconds on each side. Okay? You can do it. Let's go ahead and do that now. I'll show from the side, Renee from the front. You're gonna squat, feet closer together, and you're bringing your feet in and out. You're putting all your weight on that one leg. We're starting with the left leg is stationary, the right leg is going out. You're gonna start to feel it burn in your quads, maybe in your hamstrings a little bit. And if it starts to hurt too much, feel free to relax, shake it out, but get right back into it. We want to get as much as we can from this workout. Let's go ahead and do a break. Then we're gonna do the other leg. Now I didn't tell you this, but we're actually gonna be doing this twice. So all the exercises you just did, kind of getting a hang of it, you'll do it again, and you'll get to master it this time. All right, almost done. We're gonna be going to the other side of our squat. All right, let's do it. Squatting, and now we're doing our right leg is staying still, our left leg is going in and out. The rest of your body is staying as straight as possible. Very good. Remember, if it starts to hurt, feel free to shake it out. Otherwise, we're staying right here. Try not to let your leg cave in. Try to keep it above your toes. All right, let's let it rest. Let's go ahead and shake it off. Let's grab a water break. We're gonna start this all over again. So we wanna make sure that we are hydrated, especially if you're out in the sun. All right, we're going into the hip drive. In 5 seconds, remember, let's go to our knees. And you're gonna come up. I'll show you from the side what we're doing here. My feet are flat. And I'm just raising up like so. You notice, you wanna keep your core engaged. Your back is standing relatively straight. And you're using your legs, your body to bring yourself up. Okay? It's like you're doing a purposeful movement. Okay? All right, let's take that break. The recovery is just as important as the actual exercise. That's where you catch your breath, your body's still burning fat, and all kinds of stuff is going on. So we want to make sure that we're recovered before we get back into our next exercise, which is going to be the reverse lunges again in 5 seconds. All right, let's get started. Reverse lunges. That's all right. Remember, you're going to lean forward a little bit at your hips when you do this. Whoops. But you want to keep your legs relatively perpendicular to the ground. All right. And now we're back into our boxer shuffles. Next, we're going to be going to a squat to a calf raise. Remember the squat, this thing, to a calf raise. Okay? That's going to happen in 10 seconds. So get ready. Go ahead and get into your squat position now. Let's go ahead and get started. To a calf raise. To make it easier, skip the calf raise. You're just doing squats. To make it harder, you're going faster. But don't do that unless you have the form correct. Remember, knees not caving in, keep them out. Toes pointed straight ahead. Knees over toes. You're kind of sitting back into it like a chair. Let's go ahead and shake that off now. Next up, we're going to go to a deadlift. Remember, deadlift is where you're hinging at your hips, your feet are slightly bent, and you're just going forward. Your back is straight, your shoulders are out. None of this, you should feel a stretch in your hamstrings. So we're going to go ahead and do that in 2 seconds. Let's go. Your feet are a little bit closer together, and you're hinging. You're not bending your knees as much. You're bending at your hips. So bend less with the knees, more with the hips. Your knees are staying slightly bent in the same position the whole time. You're leaning forward a little more. Remember, you're coming back up using your glutes. All right, let's go back into that. Shake it off. We only have 2 more left. You're almost done. And you're definitely going to be sweating by the end of this. especially if you're outside and in Texas where spring is a little hotter than normal. All right, let's go into that low squat, feet closer together, and we're going back. Squat in and out. You're gonna keep it, if you can go lower, go lower. If you need to stay higher, if that's what your range of motion is, that's fine too. But whatever you do, make sure that those quads are engaged, your core is engaged to keep you steady. Almost done here. Ooh, it's burning. You feel it?
Yes.
All right, whoa, 2 seconds, 1. All right, let's shake that off. 30 seconds, and then we're gonna go into our last one. Cool down, and then you're done. You can go on with your day. Isn't that great? If you feel like spending an hour in the gym, go for it. But a lot of people don't have that kind of time. And so a quick 15, 20-minute exercise is sometimes all that you need to get your body going for the day. All right, let's go into the next one. If you need a chair to keep you steady, go and take it. Or if you want your water bottle to hold on to so you can go lower, go ahead. But don't rest your weight on the water bottle. Just let it fall off to the side. All right, we got 8 seconds here. Almost done. Feel that burn. Power through it. All right, here we go. And that is it. And now let's do our warm-up. Our cool down, actually. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do a quad pull. You're gonna bring your leg up, your foot up to your glute, and you're just gonna pull. Squeeze your glute a little bit, you'll feel that stretch. Feel the stretch right there. If you need a partner or a chair, grab it, it's all right. We're gonna do this for 30 seconds. Really feel that stretch, and switch. Squeezing the glute. This will keep your body from getting muscles that are too short, which can cause all kinds of problems. So you want to make sure that you get a good stretch at the end of each workout. Don't skip it. And if I ever say warm up during this time, you know what I mean. Cool down, right? It's hot, we're tired. All right, let's do a side lunge. Spread your feet apart. Lunging to the side. Yep. To make it easier, the toe of your stretched out leg should be in line with the heel of your bent leg. And that way there's not as much stress on your knee. Very good. If you have trouble holding this, grab that trusty chair and that'll help. All right, let's switch sides and do that lunge. You also want to keep breathing deeply. Your heart is calming down now. That's why it's called a cool down. Your body is going back to normal temperature unless you're outside and it's hot. You want to make sure you get some water. Grab a hat if you need to. All right. Now we're going to do a hip flexor stretch. This one takes a little bit of a finessing. So you're going to be kneeling down like you're on a baseball team. One foot in front of the other. Your back toe is going to be up like this. You're going to tuck your pelvis in like so. This is normal. This is tucked. And you'll feel a stretch right there at the top of that leg. So we're going to switch sides. Foot up. Tuck that pelvis. You want to keep your back up straight though. Tucking that pelvis in. Do you feel it? Yeah. When I discovered how to do the stretch, I felt so liberated because it can be kind of hard to figure out. Some people stretch too far, not enough. This is all you need to do, tucking that pelvis in. All right. Let's go ahead and do our hamstrings. So you're just going to hang down, kind of like the deadlift, but we're just going to stay there. And I have tight hamstrings, so this feels really good. You still want to keep your back straight though. Yeah, so just like you're doing a deadlift, but you're just hanging there. And if you can sink lower and lower into the stretch. And we'll hold this one for a little bit. After this, we're gonna do whatever we want because this is the last stretch. You can go to work, make sure you get some food, eat some breakfast, and let it relax. Excellent. Shake that out. Make sure you get some protein, some carbs into you, that fruit, those whole grains, living food, because that will help to build the muscle that you're wanting to build during this workout. So thank you for joining us. Get your water, I'll get mine, and we'll see you next time.